Welcome back to school. I'm so glad you guys are back. I hope you had a wonderful spring break. I had so much fun this spring break. I did so many things outside and it was such a good break. I took lots of naps. Did you guys take any naps? I decorated my whole house like Disneyland. That was super fun. Today you guys get to write in your journals and you get to tell me what you guys did over spring break. And if you want to, this part is optional. So you have to write in your journal because it's part of today's assignment. But if you want to, you can share your journal on Flipgrid and I can see what you guys did for spring break. That'd be super cool. All right. Today for circle time, we are still in April. So the date today is April 13th. So we have been into April 13 days. And I'm starting to notice a pattern with our calendar. So our pattern, it goes umbrella, umbrella, rain, cloud. Umbrella, umbrella, rain, cloud. Umbrella, umbrella, rain, cloud. Umbrella, what do you think is tomorrow? You think, oh, let's not say. Let's wait until tomorrow and see if it's what you guessed, okay? Have you guys been keeping track of the weather? Mrs. K was so silly. I forgot to keep track of the weather. Remember our weather tracker? Mrs. K is not very good at remembering to do that. I hope you guys have been keeping track because in a couple weeks, next week, I think, we are going to make a graph where we get to see how many days there were sunny and cloudy. And I'm going to have to go back and look at the weather on the computer because I keep forgetting. So hopefully you guys remember. We have been in school for 142 days. That's so many, huh? So we have one group of 100 because there's 100. So how many are in this stack? There's 100 in here, huh? And then we've been in school for 142 days. So we've been... there's 4 tens. So see how there's 10, 20, 30, 40. And we have 2 ones. So all of these straws together, 142 equals how many days we've been in school. We had some friends that have lost some teeth. So here's our tooth chart. So back in March, Sierra and Lexi lost a tooth. And then in April, Lexi lost another tooth. So remember to tell me if you lost a tooth and I can put you on our tooth chart. All right, friends. So today for counting, I'm going to have you guys practice for our program. So for our program, we're going to dance to Zero the Hero. And we've done Zero the Hero for fun before. So Zero the Hero, it's like that guy that goes like this. It's Zero the Hero. You know that guy? So I want you to practice that song one time, but there's some parts on there that I need you to practice, okay? So mostly your hands, so when we're doing the program, your hands are going to mostly be doing what the guy's doing. So if he's going like this, you're going to go like this, okay? You're going to just copy him. But there are some parts that he does not use his hands that we are going to use our hands. So there's a part that says 6 sets of 10, 60. So when he does that, you're going to hold up the number that he says. So 6 sets of 10, 60. So that's what you're going to do on all of them. So when it says 1 set of 10, you go like this. 1 set of 10, 10. 2 sets of 10, 20. 3 sets of 10, 30. Okay, so when you're dancing to the song, I want you to remember that part, okay? It happens every time he hits a 10, okay? So like today, how we have 4 in our 10 space, it would be like that. 4 sets of 10, 40, okay? And when you jump up and go like this, I want you to reach as high as you can. So if it's 40, you'd go 4 sets of 10, 40, okay? And then at the very, very end, there's another part that doesn't show what he's doing with his actions, but you're going to show with your body, okay? So at the end, it goes, helps you count on and on and on and on. So your hands are going to keep going bigger and bigger like that, okay? Also, your body is going to get lower and lower. So you're going to go, helps you count on, helps you count on and on and on and on and on. See how my hands are going out and I'm shrinking? It's kind of hard to see on here, But when we're dancing in the program, if the program happens, when we're dancing, you're going to be going with your hands out. And you are also going to be shrinking. So on the very last time he goes, on, you guys are all laying on the ground. So the very end of that song, you lay on the ground. Funny, huh? Kind of like a snowman, you're melting. Okay? All right. So when you're practicing Zero the Hero of the Day, today I want you to remember those things, okay? All right. Our story we're going to read today is for science. And for science, we're going to talk about recycling. So this is the word recycle. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Our chart is falling over. Okay. This is the word recycle. Do you know what recycle means? You've maybe heard this word before. So in class, we have a recycling bin. I can't show you right now, obviously, but the recycling bin, it's blue and it's like a big rectangle and it's back by the backpacks. And it has like a little symbol that has arrows going around in a circle. That's our recycling bin. Do you guys have a recycling bin at home? I have a recycling bin at home. My recycling bin's actually red, and then I take it out to the big blue garbage. So our story today is going to talk about recycling. It's also going to talk about keeping our world clean. So land, air, and water. It's going to talk about those three things. So I want you thinking about why we need to keep land safe and clean. Why do we need to Why do we need to keep our air clean? Why do we need to keep our water clean? I want you thinking about all those three things and about why we need to keep those three things clean. Okay? All right. Our story today is called Land, Air, and Water. This story, remember, it has a lot of stories inside. So our whole story is called Materials in Motion, but it has a table of contents. So when stories have more than one story inside of them, they usually have a table of contents. And I knew our story was called Land, Air, and Water, so I looked for it right here. And I went to page 41, which is right here. This is where our story is. Okay, do you ever recycle paper? If you do, you are helping to save a tree. These kids are recycling paper. Have you ever recycled paper before? We use trees for many things. Trees are important to us. Other things are important to us too. Land, air, and water are important. We need good land for growing food. We need good water to drink. We need good air to breathe. How can we take care of our land, air, and water? So, in this story, it's talking about keeping things clean. So, this little girl, she's drinking water that's clean. What if our water had mud in it? Oh, if our water was all muddy and gross, do you think we would want to drink it? No. What if our air was all gross and it had, sometimes our air gets pollution in it and it makes it hard to breathe. Would you like to breathe that air or would you rather breathe nice, beautiful air? I'd rather breathe air that's like this. How do you think we can keep our land, air, and water clean? What do you think? Oh, that's actually the end of our story. Okay, so I think we could keep our land clean by picking up our garbage. So have you ever been somewhere and you see garbage on the ground outside? That garbage is not supposed to be there. You could pick up that garbage and throw it inside the garbage bin, huh? Our water, how can we keep our water clean? I know sometimes I go hiking in the mountains, and if you go in this one part of the mountains, it says that you can't bring animals. I love to bring my dog hiking in the mountains, but I don't take her hiking in that part of the mountains because sometimes animals make the water dirty, and so that's one way that I can keep my water clean. And our air, so you don't really have this problem with driving because you guys are too little, but when I'm driving, I make sure that I try not to take too many trips, because if you take a lot of trips and you drive a lot, then it uses a lot of gas and it makes pollution. So that's a way that I help our air stay clean. Can you guys think of other ways to keep our world clean? So the land, water, and air. How can we keep those places clean? I bet you could have a good discussion with this with your family, and they would probably be able to tell you some good ideas. Okay? Awesome. Good thinking about that for science. Those are some really important things to think about. And we're starting a new science unit called Materials in Motion, but it's also talking about recycling. So we're going to be doing some more projects with recycling. Okay, so today for class today, you are going to use something called Flipgrid. It's something I've mentioned with Mustang Pride, but we haven't really done it. Flipgrid is basically like you take a little video of yourself and then you like upload it to Flipgrid and then you can see everybody else's responses. It's super fun. So I have a question for you guys today that you guys are going to answer on Flipgrid. So it's about the story that I just read, and the questions that you can answer are on Flipgrid. So you're going to have your parents help you read it. You can choose one thing that you want to answer, okay? So that'll be fun to answer on Flipgrid, and you can also see each other's responses, so it'll be really fun to see what other people say. You can also, so today we're writing in our journal, and you can use Flipgrid to talk about what you wrote about in your journal. You don't have to share that, but just if you want to. So sometimes on Flipgrid, we have things that we need to do, like recycling, like the answers for recycling. But there's other things on Flipgrid that sometimes are maybe optional, which means we don't have to do them. It's just for fun. Today for math is going to be kind of different. So tomorrow we're going to take a math test. And so today I'm giving you some time to review something you've already learned. So with your family, you're going to go through your math book and you're going to decide what you maybe haven't learned before. Maybe you didn't do your homework one day because maybe you were sick and you could do that page. Or maybe it was really hard for you to figure out how to do solid or 3D shapes, and maybe you could practice some of those things. Okay, so your family's going to help you practice something because tomorrow we're going to take a test. So make sure you feel really good about everything we've learned lately so that you can do really good on the test. Okay, let's see. We're also going to learn a sight word today. Our sight word today is from. Like, if I use that in a sentence, I could say, I am from Arizona. So it's, you can use it to explain where you're from. All right. Okay, friends, I think that is all we have to talk about today. Yep. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you guys are back, and I hope you guys have tons of fun talking to me on Flipgrid. All right, see you guys. Bye.